Assalamualaikum dan selamat datang ke NCS 2.0 Podcast. Aku Epo Gaze.
Aku Izzah Rusli.
Aku Bob Ashri.
Undi lah kat. Dah habis.
Dah result dah keluar pun.
Dah keluar?
Dah.
Aku missed out result. What's happening?
I don't know lah.
Huh? You don't know?
I don't know.
Okay lah. So kita akan kembali selepas lagu ini. Assalamualaikum dan selamat datang sekali lagi. Okey, memang macam ginilah kan. Mula-mula ada lagu, lepas tu kita beri salam, lepas tu kita ada lagu lagi.
Dan seterusnya.
So guys,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Election habis.
Same old.
Same old shit.
Same old lah.
Same old lah.
Cakap lain, jawab
Okay,
lain.
so the general election baru habis.
Betul.
Cakap terus terang, korang tengok dia punya result sampai pukul berapa?
Aku tak tengok.
Kenapa?
Pasal dah boleh predict ke?
Serius?
Oh.
Aku kat kerja. So yang orang lama ni update. Ada live update.
Oh, live update?
Okay lah, this one win lah. Okay sir. Aku kat sambil kerja.
Kau nak radio?
Ha?
Radio kat radio set ke?
Tak, dekat dalam office.
Okay.
Semua sebelah aku. Saya menang. Okay, ini mana? Okay, tulis standby. Semua orang was waiting for the 10 minutes punya.
Yes. Betul. Aku pun sama.
10 minutes was the last one to be revealed.
Betul. Kira itu macam grand finale tau. Macam set up tau kita.
For aku punya side, aku dah beli agak dah.
Aku pun dah belajar. Dulu time aku time kerja punya time lah. Dulu kita buat ni tau macam betting tau.
Betting
Kan haram.
Haram?
Tak, betting main je.
Okay. Pandai kau cover.
Haram.
Okay, aku honestly aku stayed Aku stayed up sampai pukul 2 pagi. It was okay, honestly the result was very disappointing.
Memang.
Sangat-sangat mengecewakan, especially aku have to be blunt because aku was hoping that a change of party over at Tampines area.
Changing of command.
Yeah, the change of command. But it doesn't happen. But it was a close fight.
Betul.
It was a close fight. We can
For some je. Yang ada totally.
yang ada satu yang a bit saddening lah. Saddening and I don't know what to say. Yeah, it's a 0%. Yeah, what happened? So we can see that currently the opposition party is getting traction.
Getting stronger.
Slowly.
Slowly. Rather than they already started I think about 5 to 10 years back.
Yeah, correct.
So we are hoping for a change. So we will just hope that change will start. I think aggravation lah ni. Aku jadi Pak Nujum lah Maybe lah 5 to 10 years from now.
Maybe.
Yeah, when the older generations dah kembali ke rahmatullah. So and like I say, new generations are much more intellectual and the social media plays a part pada aku. Today aku speak London
Yeah.
Secara tiba-tiba Yeah, because my dream is to be like a politician. But it's not easy. Okay, kita tak nak panjang lebar kita punya introduction.
Betul.
Aku wanted so much to bring him in actually
true.
before the GE. But then again, aku have this second thought. Aku reconsider back. It's much better to bring him in after the election for the post-GE interview. Which is much more better. Pada aku, we can see there are also few podcasts yang bawa masuk opposition representative to be their guest. So kita hold on kan, kita hold sampai hari ni. Dan tak lain dah tak bukan this person dikenali ramai juga.
Betul.
And kalau kita tengok stats, one of the top 4.
Betul.
One of the top 4 under the stats. Aku do my homework data.
Yeah.
And he owns a business. Yeah, not in Singapore but then overseas. Dan kita akan menjemput Tuan Osman Sulaiman from Red Dot United.
Tempat fair.
Selamat datang.
Assalamualaikum. Selamat datang.
Waalaikumsalam.
Terima kasih menjemput saya kat sini.
Nampak opposition party ada cara. Ada cara. Atas stage lain.
Betul.
Bila duduk lain.
Dah lepas ni lah.
Dah lepas.
Okey lah.
Tuan.
So how you doing?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah. Ada sikit disappointed lah dengan result.
Okay.
Sekarang tengah rehat, mindah. Because during the campaign period tu banyak benda masuk kan. Habis penat lain, habis result tak not that good. So disappointed lah.
Mental drainage lah
But
kira.
overall it's okay.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
But do you have fun during the 9 days? 9 days, 9 days of rally.
9 days of rally. The fun part comes when when cooling off day lah. So we review apa yang sepatutnya kita buat, kita tak buat, and then what is going to be the result.
Okay.
Of course the part of the fun is also to meet macam-macam orang lah kita during our walkabout. So it was quite fun.
Wow.
So from your personal ni, so how many elections have you gone through for now, for your own
4
personal?
elections.
4 elections.
So 20 years already.
20 years.
20 years. Oh ya, 5 years apa?
Yeah, 2011.
When I was 30, my first election was I'm 30 years old.
Muda
Muda, masih boleh ciong kuat-kuat. Sekarang dah berumur sikit. Tapi 50 years old.
Okay,
Alah, still young juga.
Tapi during that time, 30 years old, you already start in your first
election.
First election.
Yeah.
During that 30 years old how much do you know about politics? Honestly, if you ask me, me during 30 years old, tak tahu apa-apa.
But I was interested in politics maybe 2 or 3 years prior to my first contest.
Okay.
So I read up on the policy, which I think is not right. So menjinak-jinakkan lah dalam politik, pergi volunteer. My first task dalam politik tu susun kerusi pun I'm really happy, you know. I just don't know, I feel accepted when I offer myself. I say I want to help you all. Sekali ada satu ni dulu tempat SDP dia orang cakap, okay, you help
Mike.
you help susun kerusi lah. I was happy already. Susun kerusi lah, you know. Ni kira macam
community
support,
service.
Community service habis support SDP that time lah.
But to come forward to volunteer and for them to accept, do you need to have a certain background, or you just
no,
anyone can?
I just come up to them, I say, you know, I'm interested in politics and then I want to help in whatever capacity I can.
Okay.
So that time diorang nak adakan stadium yang rally, so I help to susun kerusi lah.
But will it work now? Even now, kalau siapa nak volunteer can just go.
You don't need to become their party member to volunteer. Volunteer, you just come and say, okay, I want to help out.
I mean, so that's how you start lah.
Yeah, that's how I start lah.
Yeah. So kita akan save that tentang politik the second session. Kita nak mengenali lebih mendalam.
Betul.
Sebab we have witnessed whereby you have attended all the rally for the speech. So kita tak nak kita put that behind us. So kita nak tahu in person siapakah Osman Sulaiman.
Alamak. Cerita dah panjang.
Tak apa.
Kita boleh ada time
pendekkan sikit. I actually comes from middle class family. My father dulu works very well. I mean gaji besar. So I live in a penthouse before. So I'm quite well to do lah. So until my father jatuh bankrupt. So during that time I think I'm 20 years old already.
Okay.
Jadi after serving NS, so I struggle to find my footing, and then buat business ni pun tak ada duit, tak ada apa. So during that period was quite tough. After I got married, when I got married is the time that I start to think I need to have a job. So at that time I tak ada kerja yang tetap.
Okay.
So during that period I have a diploma.
Okay.
So tak dapat kerja, I kerja sebagai security guard. I kerja security guard pun jadilah, as long as dapat bayar apa-apa. So I tried to apply for an office position. Habis with a diploma in hand, tak dapat tau untuk 1 tahun. And I'm not exaggerating when I say I send out 150 application a day. A day.
Tu tahun berapa tu?
20 years ago. That means year 2000.
Early 2000 lah.
Early 2000.
2000 dah gitu
So susah nak dapat kerja kan. So while I was kerja dekat golf club, I think as a security guard lah. Jadi I apply kat dalam dorang punya office. And then from there my career start lah. So but before that, when I tried to do send in resume semua, dia punya response is very very bad. So it keeps me. This was the start of the journey lah, kalau nak cakap into politics. This was the start of journey. Why? I mean, I find out why, kenapa susah sangat ni nak dapat kerja ni. Habis aku tengok kat dalam office tu ada orang foreigner kan. Habis aku ada diploma ni. And then
security
aku apply kerja pun bukan top level. Aku apply admin lagi. Admin base. The very base lah. Basic pun tak dapat ni. Habis sampai nak kena pergi. At that time I still remember I go to the manager twice. I cakap dia, you give me this chance, I will work hard. Baru terus dorang hire me lah. But I have to go to this extent lah, so when they hire me, of course I perform lah. I work doubly hard. To me, I work doubly hard to show them that I can really work. I mean, they give me the chance, I take it up. But prior to that, my journey to find a work, 1 tahun tak dapat. And not exaggerating that I sent so many resumes. So I was in the corporate world for 10 years until I work in an MNC, HR executive. Then after that, I have a chance to venture into a business. So actually, my friend ni, dia ada renovation company. So somehow he needs funding lah. He need funding to expand. So me and my friend, we invested. And then at a certain point, I told myself that I'm not going to work anymore in the corporate world lah. Pagi bangun, habis dah macam routine. So I quit my job, I go into business. And somehow, alhamdulillah, it just, boom lah. I mean, I get a lot of sales doing renovation, and people trust me. They recommend. So from there, start my business journey until now.
Until today lah.
Yeah, until today. I ventured into all the business that I've been in. Is not my own that I set up. My renovation is I invested with one of my friends, and then after that I do a consultancy business. This financial system ni. Also my friend set up. And then the third business now in Cebu. This one not I set up also. I buy over the company. I beli the company and then I expand it.
Apa company tu?
Waste management. Kalau nak cakap kasar, kaup sampah lah.
Tak, kita nak cakap sikit. Kita tak cakap kasar.
Cakap sikit. Kira pungut sampah lah.
So called macam Sengkop in Singapura lah.
Macam Sengkop.
Kerja tak habis.
Kerja tak habis, memang tak boleh habis.
Banyak opportunity. Macam kat Singapura kita tak ada ni opportunity nak masuk into this bidang kan, because they require certain criteria for a business to get the contract. But sana they allow small player like us. So I saw the opportunity. The owner of the business, dia nak pergi US. So he asked me whether I want to buy over his company. Then I do some calculation. Okay lah. So suddenly after I took over, dia punya expansion is very very fast. I don't know, maybe kat sana orang believe in foreign services. When they know that I ask them, I ask the locals, do you think macam foreigner like me, kalau buat business, orang shun me or they accept? They say in fact they accept, because they think that foreigners bring value to them, the services is good. So from there I can see my business trajectory is super fast. I think quadrupled my revenue in 1 year.
Cepat tu.
When I took over, dia punya business baru ada 2 truck aja. But then of course there's hard work lah. I go door to door, send out application semua. So and every 4 or 5 months I need to buy new trucks because I keep getting on new clients, and then so basically there's 3 major players there. So I think I can fill up the gap to be one of the major players also. Yeah, the opportunity is a lot lah.
I can say Cebu ni kan is just an island, right? Ke dorang ada is a big city or something like that?
It's just an island, tapi population dorang I think for Cebu city area alone about 1 million plus saja. Yeah.
1 million plus
1 million plus je.
Singapore berapa?
Singapore 6 5 point plus lah.
5 point plus lah.
But the problem with Cebu ni, dorang punya government actually collect the trash. Tapi dorang punya government cannot perform. So sometimes collect, sometimes tak collect.
Ikut suka hati.
Yeah. So private business macam restoran, hotels, they cannot allow this to happen lah. 3 hari 4 hari tak collect.
Kadang masuk
Kadang sampai 1 minggu tau. So this is where private company like myself fill in this gap lah. They need these services kan.
Kalau kita apply kerja dapat sana.
Dapat lah.
Dapat lah. Kita dah sekarang dah
dah ada payung.
Okay.
But I now also handle recycling. So there's a lot of process, not just collecting trash. After that we segregate yang mana boleh recycle. Dekat sana tak banyak dia punya recycling initiative tak berapa kuat sangat. So people just throw like that. So my workers, we've been trained to actually handle this kind of trash. They separate so that I can recycle the punya trash. So I'm involved more in the recycling process also.
Which means separating will be manually done?
Manually. Manually.
Banyak kerja tu.
Macam kat Singapore kita tengok semua automated kan, dorang punya truck semua masuk, lepas tu angkat pakai apa. Kat Philippines ni, how we charge our client is still manual. We bring a scale, weighing scale, we put them in a plastic bag, we weigh, and then we
dah macam karang guni
macam karang guni.
Macam karang guni kan. Dulu.
So everything is, a lot of things is manual. I just recently bought a compactor truck. It helps you can compress the punya ni. So I can put in more waste kat dalam. But the thing is that the infrastructure cannot support automation that much because dorang punya bin pun tak proper. Macam Singapore kan ada proper punya bin, so that our truck can pull in. Kat sana dorang pakai macam lead. Macam
hitam
yang bin kali hitam.
Itu lama.
Habis ada betul pakai pail aja. So the infrastructure cannot support automation even if you have good trucks ke apa. So like things are like that lah.
Betul lah.
Yeah, but opportunity banyak sana.
Betul lah. Okay. Kalau kita pergi Cebu, kita sibuk-sibuk sana, kita carilah Tuan Osman.
Tapi Izan pergi Cebu untuk apa?
Aku dah tak boleh.
Dah tak boleh.
Aku kena ban.
Kenapa?
Siapa tu ban?
Tak berani cakap lah Pak. Aku cuma boleh pergi JB je.
Okay, faham. Tak, kita dua je lah. Kita dua je lah.
Apa peking salam
But it's a good experience lah. I mean culturally lain lah. Kita punya workforce punya culture dengan orang punya workforce punya culture lain. And then
they are not advanced.
They are not advanced
yet. Yeah.
Of course, I deal with those low wage workers. And then I mean I've never seen this in Singapore. Mula-mula time I datang sana, I don't understand lah the difficulty because I've never faced it here kan.
Betul.
Paling banyak pun, paling kuat pun kat sini, I tahu orang kadang tak ada duit je lah. Kadang-kadang makan skip satu. But sana punya tak ada duit is really tak ada duit. Selipar pun tak ada nak pergi kerja. Handphone is considered luxury. Diorang internet is considered luxury. And then so when I hire these people, ada satu masa tu diorang cakap, I cannot go to work, I have no money. So I was quite upset with them lah. What do you mean? You want to go to work, you make sure you come lah, So after staying there for some time, baru kita faham. Because kalau tak, kita tak faham kan. Kita tak pernah surface this. We have never seen this kind of poverty. Yes. Kita punya poverty, kita tengok orang just tidur tu kat shelter ke apa ke. Ada orang yang selipar pun tak boleh beli. Handphone pun tak ada, makan pun tak ada. So before I hire them, I have to give them some cash to tide them over,
Start
so
up
that they can start to work.
Kalau kat Singapura cakap tak ada duit nak naik MRT, bohong ya. Betul lah.
You won't get hired lah, kan? Yeah. So a lot of culture shock there also. But of course, not as efficient as in Singapore lah, you know. The thing, but then labor is quite, easy to find labor.
Okay.
Because a lot of them are finding jobs.
Okay.
And then dorang punya labor cost is quite low also lah.
Okay, so just now you were mentioning about low wage worker. So as a normal punya worker, your worker, what is the salary range?
Minimum salary is $12. Kalau convert $12 per day. Per day.
Per day?
Per day. Yeah, I pay them $12 per day. That's the going rate.
Per day betul.
Tapi
Tak, kalau untuk kita per day betul.
Per day, kita
Untuk
memang per
orang,
day.
accept, it means that is the normal.
In fact, itu tak banyak orang ikut. But I prefer to follow the guidelines.
Okay.
But banyak orang lesser
lesser than
the minimum rate that the government impose. I know of a lot of company who pay them lesser, because I always believe pay them better slightly than my competitor, so they can stay.
Yalah, betul.
They stay. I tak payah nak rehire, retrain.
Yalah.
Kalau your turnover rate
Very high.
you lose money in the end. So I might as well pay them properly and hire them, so they don't jump around.
Betul.
Bagus bos ni.
Itulah.
Bila nak dapat bos macam ni.
Tak lah, padahal that's the going rate lah, but it's still very low lah, $12 per day.
But to them it's already
Big lah kan?
Yeah,
big
to them. And then part of the recycling items that I sell, they get to share.
Oh,
Yeah, we give incentive
ada
to them.
ada macam percentage lah.
Yeah, because if not, diorang pun macam malas-malas apa nak
bikin.
segregate.
Okay.
So on top of the
Fixed
minimum
salary,
fixed salary, we share to them whatever that we sell from the recycling item. So it motivates them to really, segregate the trash.
Bukan kerja senang tu.
Bukan.
Tak semua orang yang pada aku siapa lagi nak bikin? Someone needs to do.
Yeah, someone needs to do.
Yeah.
Down here semua Singapore, you tengok ada yang bakar and then we ship over. Kat Philippines kebanyakannya bury. They bury, they dig all the trash we bury.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it will just pile up. Setinggi bukit lah.
Yeah, pile up. They have a problem of landfill problem also.
Okay.
Yeah, so dorang trying to solve this issue also lah. Yeah, but the city needs collection efficiently to collect the trash. But ada dorang punya average of collecting trash is about 2 or 3 times a week aja. Macam kita kat sini hari-hari.
Yes, correct.
Kat sana 2 or 3 times dah kira bagus. But if they need every day, they engage us, they have to pay more lah. Every day we collect. Yeah.
Betul.
Ultimately it's service lah.
Tapi sana more to banyak restaurants and F&B right down there.
Yeah, growing lah. There's a growing middle income there. That I think is good for business. Because more growing middle income, the punya spending power becomes more, and then business can prosper there.
Okay. Good.
And to set up a business there pun tak mahal macam Singapore. It's very very cheap. Yeah.
Wow.
Quite
Okay.
cheap,
Kalau gitu the value of one car
Kat sana
kita taruh lah
75,000
75,000
baru bersih Merc.
Merc
AMG. Tak lah. Entry level lah.
Entry level.
Itu ada.
Okay lah. Jadilah.
Boleh.
Jadi.
Yeah, 75,000.
Tak ada CUE.
Ada, I buy my truck, ada satu tu second hand I think 10,000 aja.
10,000.
10,000. A new truck I buy there, my compactor, it costs about 75,000-80,000. Kat sini 300,000-400,000.
Sana
That
ada
kind of truck.
Sana ada truck harga motor sini.
Yeah, it's quite cheap lah there.
Motor
Tak ada
tak
COE ni
bercakap
semua
lah.
tak ada.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for how long will you be seeing you in this business, in this industry?
Normally what I do, my forte is always in managing the business and then expand it, and then after that I sell it away. That's how it is. My past 2 business pun macam gitu.
Okay.
After it has reached a certain level, yes, making profits, and then I exit lah. And then I think this one will be my last business. After that, I want to retire. Really.
Serius?
Ni retire already lah, penat lah.
Nak ajak kita retire sekali.
Boleh Mana tahu aku bikin podcast sama korang. Aku cakap
InsyaAllah.
I know.
Ya.
Tahu
Jadi security guard dia pun okey.
Bodyguard.
Bodyguard. Okay, so do you still have property in Singapore since you are travelling?
Yeah,
kat Cebu?
ada.
So for
I
how
still-
long do you usually stay in Cebu biasanya?
Like 4-5 months once, baru I balik Singapore. Balik Singapore about 1 week, I visit my sister, touch base dengan kawan,
Okay.
and then patah balik sana.
Your families are all there.
My family is not there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm only left with my sister and brother here.
Oh, okay.
My house is rented out, so I stay there lah.
Wow, that's passive.
Bagus juga.
Oh,
Business.
pusing. Apa itu? Itu
Look
lagu.
left, look right.
Look there. Samuel Mihal.
Aduh, dah jadi inting pula sekarang.
DJ buka club boleh buat lagu.
Look left, look right, look back. Okay, so we're gonna move into the second session.
Yes.
Whereby we're gonna speak a little bit about maybe politics. Okay, so
Silakan.
Ini dia punya politik. Dulu nak bawa pasal politik aku takut. Sekarang orang kat sini.
Yeah.
Kasih. Okay, so what drives you into politics? Because correct me I'm wrong because bila kita sebut pasal politics antara masyarakat Melayu kita dia dah jadi Melayu pula.
Yes.
Biasanya lah dia cakap aku tak nak masuk politik ni politik semua licin, kotor. You know, so what drives you into politics?
The starting point was the one that I couldn't get a job.
Okay.
See, so I was asking myself, kenapa ni aku tak boleh dapat kerja? That time I was really naive lah, you know. Apa aku ada ijazah, kenapa ni? So I started to see the systematic discrimination. And also that time, if I'm not wrong, Mr. Goh Chok Tong menjinak-jinakkan diri dia, open the floodgate for foreigners to come in. So I see orang kat office ada foreigners, tapi aku rakyat Singapura ni tak dapat kerja ni dah 1 tahun. So I go and read up why this is happening. So that gets me involved with politics lah. Yeah, that's how it got me started. And then I mean there are better alternative rather than just the PAP.
Okay.
So I volunteer in a political party, and then I contested in the election.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is your main target sebenarnya in joining politics? What is your primary punya, you must have something in your mind that you want to do.
Yeah. Of course, all this rising cost of living lah. Because I've been here also kan. Okay, it is okay. You see, when you have made it, it is easy for people to say, increase to 9% tak ada masalah apa, right? You have the money, right?
Yes, correct.
I can also easily say no problem lah. But orang-orang kita mesti faham lah, you know. When my father was made a bankrupt, I feel how people yang tak ada kerja ni semua, how they live hand to mouth, and then pinjam sana sini, you know. Habis nak cari kerja tak dapat. So there are certain policies that can improve or help this kind of people, you know. Macam sekarang baru diorang adakan itu apa tu, apa orang cakap tu, kalau tak ada dapat kerja dapat
ni macam
duit.
apa ni, workforce workfare
workfare ke apa lah, you know. So they are now I feel that 20 years ago, sekarang you see how long it takes for them to realize that this has to be done. Right? So, you know, main thing of course to lift up our standard of living lah. And then of course a fairer Singapore, as how I stand with RDU lah. A fairer Singapore.
Fairer Singapore.
You can see, kalau you tengok data orang Melayu, okay, I think I bring this up in 2022 tau, tak silap. Kita orang Melayu, kita punya pelajaran dah increase better. Kebanyakannya dah masuk poli. I don't have the numbers now, but this in general, banyak orang kita dah masuk poli, banyak orang kita dah ada ijazah. But then the record shows that banyak orang Melayu pun tinggal di rental estate, tak dapat beli rumah. So these are the things that you see. Kalau orang cakap education brings you out of poverty, education kita dah meningkat, tapi banyak lagi orang-orang kita tetap tak dapat, tak mampu nak beli rumah, tinggal rumah flat, rumah sewa. So the opportunity is not there for us. Even no point kalau kita semua orang Melayu kita okeylah, semua dapat pergi, dapat diploma, dapat degree. But opportunity is not presented to us, no point. We don't have the opportunity, we cannot improve ourselves. Which is what is happening by the data I can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they are emphasizing on education.
Yeah, they are emphasizing on education.
But
I think the Malay community has taken up this challenge lah.
Yep.
Banyakannya kita sekarang, I see that our parents also now take a serious view on getting the child educated. But kita dah uplift ourselves, kita tak dapat opportunity, no point. Kita dapat kerja, no point. Foreigners yang dapat kerja, no point. So this kind of policy for to prioritize Singaporean first is also important.
Tapi to me macam diorang cakap sekarang education is very important kan. Tapi aku tengok kadang-kadang orang yang ada diploma degree ni kan, they always try to go for interview diorang tak akan dapat. Pasal satu pada aku is because of one thing speaking Mandarin. You know what I mean? Pasal selalunya because this happened to me before. Okay, I went for interview. I already give them all the cert that I have. Then in the end, they asked me, "Do you speak Chinese?" Do you speak Chinese? I said, "Yes, I do speak Chinese." Dia tanya, okay, dia suruh aku cakap, "Dekat ni hao mah?" Aku cakap gitu lah. Okay. Cakap, I do speak what?
Betul juga.
No, they ask me whether I can speak Chinese. I say yeah. No, why? Then after no, why Chinese? You do speak converse Chinese. I say no, I cannot because I learn Malay. My mother tongue, my second language is Malay kan. Jadi macam dia cakap after they get to know that, they cakap okay, I think I will let my manager know. Then after that, I'll come back to you. Until tu tak dapat juga. You know, is it because of that also?
I think kita nak kena accept there is discrimination lah. Siapa yang cakap Melayu tak discriminate tu is divorced from reality. It's totally kita discrimination exists. So but then now it is up to the government to put out laws that prevent such discriminatory policy, hiring policy. As an example that time I ada take out one case ni tau, pasal orang budak pakai tudung ni. I think this was 7 years back. It became a big issue. It was with Daiso.
Okay.
So this lady pergi interview. I think the HR manager cakap, oh no, we don't hire people yang pakai tudung dekat sales floor.
Okay.
So I got to know her from Facebook. Then I messaged her. I decided to bring the issue up lah.
Dia ada rant dekat Facebooknya. Is it? She got write the whole. Okay.
So we go and then we met with the CEO tau. CEO dia met with us. So I mean, of course CEO dia cakap they don't have such policies lah to prevent. So I told them, then how come your HR manager have this policy directly telling her they don't allow, but then you want our business, makcik-makcik kita semua pakai tudung can buy in the sales floor, but when working time, you don't want your staff. So they are very apologetic, But you see how this happen, right? Dorang as a company, dorang tak ada itu policy to prevent our kakak-kakak kita semua yang pakai tudung untuk kerja. But orang-orang yang kat dalam ni, so
they are the one who came out with all this.
I'm sure they are the one. Who else? Because dorang tak ada handbook yang menyatakan. Because in Malaysia, Daiso pun ada.
Betul.
Semua pakai tudung.
Betul.
But masuk Singapore, you see how systematic, institutionalized racism is inside, discrimination is inside. Tak ada buku pun jalan juga tau kat dalam tu that orang Melayu pakai tudung tak boleh.
Ini kira apa tau, macam sendiri punya tau.
Sendiri punya.
They because they know they are hiringnya ni kan manager, right? So they have the right to do that.
So when yourself confront them during that time, you confront them as an MP?
No.
Oh no.
As a normal citizen lah.
Normal citizen. Okay.
Because I was working in the HR industry, I know how this work. Kalau kita tak championkan orang kita, siapa lagi?
Betul.
Tapi orang kita pun kadang orang Melayu kita ni tidak apalah, tak mau, But if we don't bring up, they wouldn't, I mean, they wouldn't be pressured to stop this kind of discrimination lah, you know. So I went up, and then initially the CEO met with us saying they are apologetic. Then of course they cover lah, you know. They say that they say that maybe miscommunication, because I bring up all the points lah in Indonesia, Malaysia, semua orang pakai tudung tau. Did you have this kind of policy tak? Sales floor tak ada orang boleh pakai tudung. Dengan tak ada, and then they told me that they will take concrete step to ensure that orang punya staff, you know, ensure that this kind of thing won't happen again. So they offered her a job lah, you know. The girl of course don't want to take ready lah.
Mestilah kena hero lah. Kalau habis kena tekan lah.
Betul lah. Juga lain cerita kan.
Betul.
That is one. Lagi satu, I think one case I also bring up was because I think this lady, dia ambil nursing course. So after dia ambil nursing course, after halfway through, somehow dia nak kena pergi posted to hospital. Somehow this is what I remember, dia nak kena pergi post to hospital, and then hospital don't allow orang pakai tudung.
Betul.
So they say, oh, she cannot I think she cannot graduate ke apa, something like that lah, because she's not willing to open dia punya tudung kan. So this was also an issue lah. And then I go and meet up with this the organisation. I told them, why you hire people? Do you have to make it clear to them, you know, to complete this course, you cannot wear tudung, because one of the assignment is to be posted in the hospital. And hospital don't allow Muslim who don't wear tudung. So you must tell be clear about it, so that people don't apply and then halfway through the course dapat tahu tak boleh graduate because they don't want to remove the tudung. So you know, this kind of thing happen.
Macam ada agenda sendiri pula macam so halfway through then they don't want to accept.
So it's no use kita ada degree no matter how, but then there's a ceiling that prevent us from, you know, from going further. Opportunity is very important to me. My journey, my opportunity has been very good for me all day long, but I cannot say the same for the others.
Betul.
And working in the HR industry itself, I can see how discrimination affect kita punya society. Orang nak kerja pun tak dapat just because pakai tudung.
Betul.
So,
and this tudung issue till now is still not been resolved, right?
I think now it's slightly better.
Slowly, but it's not. It's still.
But I just don't understand why they cannot just, you know, allow it to. It doesn't hinder progress.
Correct.
Kan?
Yes, correct.
So walaupun kita ada banyak asatiza yang ada degree, ada diploma, but if the society doesn't allow opportunity for us, we cannot excel. Right?
Our ex-PM also pakai tudung.
PM?
Ni Perdana Menteri kita dulu,
Presiden.
Kau jatuh.
Presiden. Kalau kita ada presiden pun pakai ni juga.
Maaf Puan Liha.
Maaf Puan, saya salah.
Nanti next Puan masuk pula. Kita panggil
Puan masuk.
Lama tak dengar berita Puan.
Betul lah.
So we can see that this student issue is still
ongoing.
It's either ongoing or it has been, you know, swipe under the carpet lah.
But there's some improvement lah. Since now they allow in hospital kan. There's some improvement, but it is still a very long way to go. In our uniform group pun belum lagi.
Yes, correct.
So there's still a long way to go. Activists should, you know, play the role. You see, like diorang kalau cakap orang Melayu kan, aku tak mau masuk lah politik lah, leceh lah. This is what happen if we don't make ourselves interested in what's happening. A generation, you know, I think our parents pun have been very, very accommodating, tak mau buat kecoh, but this is
nanti kena tangkap.
Takut lah.
We speak what is relevant and you know, bukan yang
relatable lah.
Relatable and bukan, you know, kita masuk politik kita pergi maki orang. Tarik apa kau cakap, tarik balik. Itu bukan sini lah. Sini punya parlimen lain.
A lot of my friends also lah ask me, kau tak, a lot of my friends ask me, kau tak takut ke masuk politik? Habis cakap aku cakap, as long as you don't defame people, you go by within the law, framework of the law, you have nothing to worry lah. I mean, you know, kita tak buat apa-apa defame ke siapa, then no problem.
So we can see that Osman Sulaiman is actually voicing out for the minorities, which is us kan.
Yes, correct.
Which aku rasa we also has a stand as a citizen, as a fellow citizen kan. Kalau tak, buat apa kita pegang PIC?
Betul.
tak? I mean, kita nak suara tu berada dalam parlimen.
Yeah, but I can see the shift from the first that I start politics 20 years ago to now. Slowly community kita pun dah be more engaged in politics. Slowly there's a gradual shift, but not enough. We need more people to get to know, Jadi kalau certain things that we think we should voice out, we voice out, because without pressure the government will not change. Sama macam kalau kita manage a family, kalau tak ada problem, tak ada orang raise up issue, kita think that everything is okay.
Yes, correct.
Betul.
But once they give us feedback, get us to do something that is right, so we feel pressure, we will we will change. Kalau kita semua diam, it will forever.
Yes,
Forever become like that.
Yeah.
But like said, you mentioned we need more people to come forward to be a
Not in terms only to come forward to be involved in politics, but take note of what's happening, so that when the time comes, we need to stand up. We need to give feedback. We need to engage certain organisation to give feedback. All this works. Let's say out of 100 people who give feedback to the government, and 1,000 people, 1,000 people who give feedback carries more weight.
Yep.
So the government know that this is a problem with the community, they need this address. Kalau 100, they might think that this is a minority yang masalah dia kecil je, tak
Kawan-kawan
banyak.
saya punya hal lah.
So this is why tak perlu campur any parti pun, but to get to know hal ehwal isu semasa yang membelenggu masyarakat kita ni. Divorce rate,
Banyak.
drugs,
yes.
and then kita punya education level pun still falling behind, although it has improved, tapi it's still behind the other races.
Correct. National level.
National level,
faham. And also masyarakat Melayu kita ni bukan discriminate bangsa sendiri. Ada yang have this diploma, have this degree, but then again, like you mentioned, nak cari kerja tu susah.
Betul.
And what they are doing now is under the bawah matahari, bawah hujan lebat, they're doing Grab, all the PhD pula, PHV drivers, So kita nak this suara to be voiced out. We need someone to voice out all this, like tadi you were mentioning a fairer
fairer,
kan?
Macam Ramli lah.
Kenapa pula?
Ramli ada ijazah.
Ya, betul.
Well, like you mentioned, you already been involved in politics from 20 years back. Say, okay, to be honest, what does it take to be a politician? What does it take?
To be a politician, I think the sincerity lah. Sincerity to really make a change in the society. So this is my personal opinion. A lot of PAP-MP yang Muslim, orang-orang Malay Muslim masuk PAP, their intention might be good. Okay, they want to change the society, uplift, but they also have to understand that PAP has been in power for 50 years. No one has managed to change them. In fact, when they join PAP, they are changed. See, diorang kena tukar.
Okay.
Daripada masuk berkubar-kubar kan, aku nak buat something untuk masyarakat Melayu ni. 50 years, what has been done for the tudung issue? Nothing.
Okay.
Kita ada minister pun dari orang Melayu juga. What has been done? If not for the civil society who push the government, the change will not take effect.
Okay.
So I think sincerity is to be a politician, you really have to have the heart, and then the gumption to really make a change. Kalau you feel strongly, you must be able to voice out, not go along party whip. Party whip ni to me is not a good sign for democratic values lah. So dalam each party ada party whip lah, they call it.
Okay.
So if the leadership has decided that we have to do this policy, no one is allowed to bantah. Everyone have to follow through.
Okay.
I think every party has that.
Alright.
Which I think is not democratic lah, so called.
Okay.
Yeah, but I understand the punya argument that to pass this law or policy, they need sebulat suara. But then on the other side, it stifle discussion, something like that.
It's more to democracy, is it? Democracy kan?
Yeah.
Okay, so kita leave that parliament punya hal ke tepi. Kita come back to the GE.
GE.
Okay. So looking
Exciting,
at very very sangat mengecewakan. Mana we were expecting, they have already increased the seats to 97.
Correct.
Betul?
Yeah,
97. And there were five sittings from PAP which with walkover. Betul?
Gone wasted.
Yeah, gone wasted. So we are left with 92. 92. So, and we can see that during the 9 to 10 days of rally this year, kita sidetrack. We can see most of the opposition party, we have witnessed that they receive overwhelm support.
Yeah.
And we strongly believe back then, okay, this year is the year whereby we not to change the ruling party, but we're gonna have a equivalent number of ruling party and opposition party. But it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay. And adding on to this, looking at the stats of the result itself, it is so disheartening.
True.
And I have I extracted a data whereby mentioning that 197,745 didn't vote.